All right, guys. Well, here we go again. First time I ever do 2 in a row, but I'm excited. I'm excited to have you on, brother. For those of you who don't know this man here, Jeremy Murray, aka Solo.
Yeah, buddy.
Damn good gentleman.
Thank you.
I'm excited for this because I really want to showcase who you are as a human being, right? Because we have a lot of dudes in this world where people, you know, this, that, the other, talk the big talk, but you're genuinely a good dude, man. Like, I joke around with you. I'm like, man, you're driving me nuts. Like when we came training and stuff.
Oh yeah.
You're definitely the kind of, there's always that, I'll give somebody the shirt off my back kind of guy, right? And is it really that true? But you definitely are the definition of that kind of guy.
I'm doing a heartbeat.
And you have been a big resource to this podcast. In fact, we got some of your product down there.
If you want it,
you've been
come and get it.
There you go.
MargaritaTexas.com, baby.
There you go. It's good stuff, man. You saw I didn't like margaritas. You got one of my guests kind of buzzed up one time as well. He went back to DC telling his wife that we got him drunk. You know, he liked it though.
He actually just ordered some about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Sure did.
Yeah, super good guy, man.
Solid.
And I that's why I brought you on today, because it's not, you know, necessarily, you know, just, oh, let's just bring Solo on to, you know, have a conversation. My main focus today is to point out who you are as an individual and to help other guys look at a person like you and be like, dang, that's kind of how I should be, right? Especially when it comes to being a true brother, a true homie, right?
Yep.
You've definitely been a good friend, and a lot of what's going on here today, the shoot house, Slick, you know, the guy helping produce this all here, all stemmed from your friendship, right? And you've been a dang good guy to me, and I really appreciate that. And this is really a token of my appreciation to you.
Great.
So before getting anywhere further with this, I want to give you a quick gift.
Well, it's Christmas already.
That's right. I got you an EDC dump tray.
Nice.
Our new sponsor, Zemo pouches, as well as a T-shirt for the podcast, but it's also by one of our sponsors from Team Attack.
Let me see this stuff. What we got here?
Here you go.
Well, thank you.
Yes, sir. You got it, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Well,
so how does? Let me bring this in here. It says grape.
Yeah.
Does it really taste like grape?
Not overwhelmingly.
Not overpowering.
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
it gives you a nice little subtle something.
Very smooth.
Okay.
Yeah, they got mango, they got blueberry, they got mint and all that stuff. I'm not really a minty guy, so I didn't really do that. But yeah. Well, you know, and I want to point out, you didn't just roll in today, you know, wearing, you know, your Norarm pants like you're out there.
Oh no,
no, you've been training some.
If I come to Seguin, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, you're good, man. I think for the listeners of this episode, so they can get a little context, is on the last episode with Slick, Sean, the shooting in the background was really you and another guy that are here. That's cool, you know.
Yeah, we were running 3x5 drills.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And y'all were, you know, interrupting the podcast and all, and we love it, dude. It brings the vibe to the facility we're at, and this is neat, and I'm glad I have you here today. Yep. To give a quick little introduction for the listeners, Solo, you're a super good dude, man. You're a Texas native. You know, you hunt. You're a businessman. You're an entrepreneur. You worked in an industry before. It was the oil and gas industry.
Yep.
You had a little bit of a fallout there, and it led you to be who you are today when it comes to your business and your mentality and stuff. So I think that's a really cool story to share to some of the listeners, because everyone sees these kind of things and they think it right away. It's like some, you know, oh, you're ex-special forces or military, law enforcement. No, you're just genuine, a good dude that comes out and trains, you know, does good things when people are not watching, you know, and that's important. And I want to showcase the amount of work and training you've done, especially with Slick, and how he's mentored you and shaped you into what you are today. Because I've told you this before on the phone when we've talked, you have, in many cases, better skill and technique than guys that I see in law enforcement or in the military, right? So
I'll take that as a compliment.
No, as you should, man, because you've worked for that. You've done your due diligence, right? So I want to start off with you and your life, man. How was it as a little young buck? What was little Solo doing, man? Tell me where it all started.
It was being daddy's boy.
Are you the only child?
No, I got 2 siblings.
Okay.
younger sister and older sister, so I'm in the middle.
Oh,
So, Jeremy's the favorite because he's in the middle.
Yeah.
I got all of that.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, that really wasn't the case. Quit being knucklehead, sisters. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, exactly.
The parents did the whole divorcing thing back when I want to say I was around, I don't know, 6, 7, something like that. And then 6 or 7 years old, something like that. And then I think around 10 or 11 years old, Mom was like, who do you want to live with? And I was like, I want to go live with Dad. I want to hunt and fish. That's all I knew. Outdoors.
Yeah. And I've spoke with your dad, really cool guy,
He's
retired
a hoot, bro. He's a
does
hoot.
diving and all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. I
I
turned
was
you on to
supposed to take a dive class, but I don't even know when I'll have time to do that, you know?
Well, we can figure that out.
We'll
dude.
figure it out one day. But he's a really nice guy. I'm surprised he made you, man. Like,
I'm very thankful.
No, that's awesome,
he's a solid.
that's good, man.
So-
I think that's,
I get a lot of my attributes from him. Being a good people person. He was an outdoor outside salesman for Hart Lumber Company, which they used to be based out of San Antonio here.
Okay.
And they had their sister facility in Shreveport, Louisiana,
Okay.
which is where I'm from.
Okay.
I'm not from, but that's where I use Shreveport because it's on the map
Yeah.
in the boot. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Originally, where were you, like, really?
I was born here in Pasadena,
Pasadena, right?
right here in,
Yeah.
on the south side of Houston.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and obviously now I'm still living in the Houston area and stuff. So, what?
Excuse me.
So you come from, you know, a split family.
Yep.
It seems it's a common thing. You know, it's definitely a common thing.
It happens. It happens. It happens.
In fact, you know, I come from a family where they didn't split, but almost would have probably been better had they split, right? Because tension always at home and stuff. And I think that plays a big role in who we are as human beings as we grow up.
Yeah.
So you took off with your dad to Shreveport to live with him. And what was that like going on forward?
Can I cuss?
Yeah.
I got my ass whipped almost every day by him.
Yeah.
And it played a huge role in how you turn out. You know, still a knucklehead from time to time, but not near what I was when I was in school. You know, I did enough to barely get out of high. I was the only one of me and my 2 sisters to graduate, and that's not throwing shade at them or anything like that. It's just giving it to you. You know, the deal. So I graduated, and then 30 days after graduating, Pops goes, "You got 30 days to find a place to live. Out the nest you go. Figure it out."
Yeah.
I think that played a lot. Was it the right thing? I don't know. Was it the wrong thing? I don't know. But I think I turned out all right.
Yeah. I'd say so.
Yeah.
So what you took off your house and stuff, you got obviously go find a way. Where was it where you finally start to kind of make a career for yourself and get a job?
When my older sister said, "Mom, he's doing bad things up here." Mom called me and said, "Get your butt down here or you're not going to have a mother anymore." I said, "I'm packing my things up and I'm heading that way." So I was
Just going down a wrong path?
Yeah. I was hanging out with gangbangers, slinging dope. Nothing that I'm proud of.
Yeah. But it's life, man.
So, yeah.
Sometimes the cards we get dealt to us don't make sense in the beginning.
Yeah. But
you're past that now, man.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
So you pack your bags, your mom gives you that ultimatum, come back down to Texas. What's that like, man? What do you start doing when you...
So I got to Mom's house, like I literally, like as she was telling me pack, like I was packing, like I could hear it in her voice. Like, this is real. So I got down to my mom's in Kemah area, by Seabrook, Kemah area. And a couple months after that, I finally got enrolled in school. I met up with a dude at that time, and we became hunting buddies while I'm trying to start college at San Jac. It didn't go very well.
Yeah.
I could never get to school because I was too busy chasing ducks and geese. So, yeah, it's, then from there, I got a job, working as a barista, believe it or not.
A barista.
Yeah, you didn't see that coming, did you?
I didn't see that one.
Dude, I would,
Solo the barista.
yeah, bro, I could make a mean frappuccino.
We were just making fun of frappuccinos.
I know. I just sit back and I'll let y'all talk crap.
Dude,
so.
that's your trade. Why
Yeah,
don't you
bro.
stand up for it, man?
Yeah, dude. I'll let y'all talk.
Wow.
Yeah, I can make a mean coffee back in the day. Espresso,
Yeah.
Americano, all that. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So what other tricks you got in there?
So from there, it went to, I went from one coffee company, it was Brothers Coffee to be exact, and then I went to another little small mom and pops over in Clear Lake, and then from there, I met a lady. She worked for a chemical inspection company.
Okay.
And this was in spring, early summer of 97. Remember it like it was yesterday. She's like, "What are you doing here working at a coffee bar?" I was like, "Just trying to figure life out, you know?" And I was 21-ish.
Yeah.
And then she goes, "Well, we're hiring. I work at a company. They do third-party inspections on the, ships, oil chemical tankers and barges and stuff like that, run up down the Houston Ship Channel." I said, "Sign me up. I'm just ready to get a career going, All I know is to go to work. That's all I know. And hunt. Got to get that in there." Yeah. And, excuse me, still dealing with this crap from last month, going around all this pollen stuff on. Anyway, so I signed up, dude. I did my application and did everything, and off to the races I went. When they hired me, I worked 31 straight days for that company. Bro, I thought I was the Don Mecca. Bald and fat pockets and all, bro. I'm not playing.
Yeah.
Dude, I was banking $800 every 2 weeks. I was like, man, I am living the dream, bro. What are you talking about? It was good times, man. I met a lot of good people from all over the globe because all the chemical tankers that came in from overseas, they're all Scandinavians, Russians, Filipinos,
I think that's
Koreans,
what people understand.
Brazilian, dude, you name it. I've met them. I've met probably one from every country.
It was neat to come to Houston, in Houston, because we're not there today, but to live in Houston, I've learned a lot more of the oil and gas industry, because where I used to live in the past, like Odessa, the Panhandle, that's different. It's way different than what you see in Houston. Houston, you got more like the engineers and, like all the, the whizzes, man. Like, not taking anything from the guys that are out there working on the freaking rigs up in the Panhandle, but it's definitely different in the Houston area, right? Like, 100%. And that, I noticed a lot of, it's a lot of marine stuff as well, offshore stuff and everything. So it's pretty cool. I met a couple guys close to live near where I live. They're from England and they were here doing a lot of oil and gas and stuff with Shell and everything. So
yeah,
it's pretty cool industry.
Because they all got these other sister companies or whatever overseas, yada yada.
That's pretty neat, man. So you go in there, you're starting to do good. You're making more money you've ever made before, and you're having.
I'm working like a freaking slave, dude. Yeah. But that's all I know. Just get up and go to work.
Go to work.
Yeah, 12-hour shifts turned into 16 or 18 hours.
So how long did you work there for?
I was with SGS for 13 years, 13-ish, 12 and a half, 13, something like that. And then I made a lateral move to a competitor, but went up the ladder. Cause I wasn't going to keep doing what I was doing. Like any job you go to, you want to progress, right?
Correct.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Let's climb the ladder. There's always a ladder at any company. And I wasn't going nowhere. They were bringing in outside, workers to go and fill the next rung on the ladder where I wanted to go. So I was like, no, dude, I'm not going to be stepped on like that, you know? And me, as long with a couple of my other coworkers, like, we were like, were we just going to sit here and take this?
Yeah. Not worth it.
Nope. Numbers wins the fight. We were rolling out one after another, like boom, boom, boom. So I went over and up. I knew I could do the job. I just needed an opportunity.
Yeah.
Which we've talked about before over the last couple months.
Yeah.
I just need that opportunity, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Which, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
So, with that all being said, I made the move and climbed the ladder there. I went from being a chemical contact coordinator for the ExxonMobil account here in Baytown. And then from there, I went up to a branch manager position. And that's when the wheel started to fall off.
So you get up there, things start going south. You end up having a mishap with this company.
Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, let's bring it on. If you're fine with that.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm way better off now.
Yeah,
Plain cut lawn and landscape.
Yeah, there you go.
That's how it was based. So I was branch manager for the company, and things were going good. Numbers were looking good. So my direct supervisor that I reported directly to was doing a lot of very foul things underneath my branch. Basically, just rape, pillaging, and plundering, if you will. Stealing, you name it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, and it's all documented. I still got it on my phone. Just as a little reminder.
Yeah.
If you don't document it, it didn't happen.
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
That's
So I not only myself this particular day, as well as my employees, my coordinators, my secretary, they all saw the exact same thing that I just saw, which was him stealing, yada, 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 putting it in the bed of his truck and driving out the front gate. And we're inside of a plant. And anybody with any kind of a smidgen of a brain knows that every plant has cameras all over, right?
correct.
In the front gate, out the back gate, et cetera, et cetera. So I'll try to speed this up a little bit. So I'm glad I slipped, because it's got me to where I am today.
Yeah.
As a human being, as a man.
Yeah.
I was like, we are all going to lose our jobs if I do not do something about this. So one of my coordinators was also a former coworker of his at the other company, because you go from one company to another in any industry, like eventually you're going to run across the same people that you used to work with. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, of course.
Because everybody's just looking to better themselves and increase their value, right? Looking for more money, so to speak. So I came in the next morning and he was already in my office, and I was like, man, what is he doing here? And I'm not mentioning names because I've already moved. I'm not trying to throw you don't
want to throw the dagger out there.
Yeah. So I walked in. I was like, hey, good morning, buddy. What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. Hey, you got a minute? Yeah, sure. Come on in. He walks in my office, closes the door, and corporate doesn't feel like it's working out. Got to let you go. I grabbed my jacket, laid down my briefcase, shook his hand, and I walked out. Ain't heard a word since.
So it sucks to be the guy that wants to do the right thing, huh? It's kind of like me and last guest talked about, is sometimes when you're doing the right thing,
ain't always doing the right thing.
Not doing the right thing.
But I'm glad it did.
Yeah.
Because that was in April 28, 2015. I remember like it was yesterday. I truly feel like the man card was pulled and revoked for life. That's all I knew was that whole industry for almost 20 years.
Yeah.
Almost 20 years, like 19 and some change. Almost 20 years. So, but I didn't take it lying down. 30 days later, I got him fired. You want to know a fun fact? Are you ready?
Let's hear it.
Still to this day, right now, HR has yet to reach out to me.
Yeah.
Boys and girls, be your own corporate America.
Yeah.
There you go. So
I think, that goes on now to the next part of our conversation is you've created a business, and I'll let you explain about it. But I think that's probably what's made you so successful at it and so good at it is because you saw what, bad business is like. You saw that.
Yep.
And you were able to, improvise that. And I think we've all had an experience similar, right? And if not, it's just maybe sometimes some people are meant to be sheep and they just allow it to happen and they just...
I'm not a sheep.
Exactly. And that separates us. And that gets us slowly into what I want to talk about with you, right? And why I also have you on here, because especially this episode or this podcast, this podcast is calling your shot podcast. I want to see why you called your shots in life. And I'm seeing already why you're calling that shot. And that's because of the cards you've been dealt, right? You have these like really evil, fraudulent people, and then they try to get you done dirty. Finally, you get your lick back at them. But let's take a quick restroom break real fast.
Sure. Hit it.
Boom. All right. So
we're back.
Unexpected little restroom break, but
yep.
I think for the listeners, in case you hear any noises or anything, we are at an actual shoot house. We are at a training facility, so every now and then some noise can get a little crazy. So we want to make sure the quality's good.
We're at Secure America Now.
That's right. Yeah.
Look them up.
You find Solo's pictures on there.
Yeah.
He might not have full clothes on, but
it's hey, I'm getting ready for the calendar photo shoot.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So you go through these really bad mishaps through work.
Oh, it ain't a mishap.
Yeah, no. Well,
that's the Lord doing His work.
No,
I'm setting you up for success, young man.
Yeah, and everybody has those like the trials and tribulations, right?
100%.
And you finally, so when you leave this place, what goes through your mind? What are you doing next? Because you now don't have a job.
I'm pissed at the world.
Yep.
Super pissed. I went through a very, very dark time. Dark like that shirt. And we all know what that means. Yes, I had thought about doing the whole thing. Thank you, Miss Murray. I love you. She's the one that held it down. Yeah. So, during that time, I pulled a little money out of 401, bought a little tanning salon. Didn't see that coming, did you?
No.
Yeah. And so that was kind of the whole start of entrepreneuring or whatever. But while I was doing that, I was out cutting grass. Yep. Cutting grass. I took my corporate America job and brought it to cutting grass.
I think for the listeners that don't understand what you are going at with cutting grass is...
I do lawn and landscape for a living.
Yeah.
I cut grass.
But
I maintain homes, some commercial properties.
You do high level stuff, man.
I think I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just going to throw this out there. I've listened to your lawn tips and tricks, and I'm not going to lie, man.
Now, hold on. Do you listen or do you execute?
Why? I listen and I execute.
There you go, my man.
So, it's safe to say I think I have probably the best lawn on the block, man. So
you're welcome.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, that's Solo approved, man. So I think you're really good at doing that, man. And it's
I truly have so much pride
Do you think a lot of this, it sounds like you were already that kind of worker as it is, but do you think a lot of this comes from what happened to you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. I'm tired of getting crapped on.
So you launched a successful landscaping business. It's doing really well.
Woo, man, let me tell you something, man. There ain't no. Can I shoot on it?
Go ahead.
So during that whole dark time, I grabbed a few houses. They're in my neighborhood, like right around the corner, a few streets over. The next little sister subdivision of our neighborhood. It was like 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 houses. It was less than 10 houses that I was doing after I got off at 3 at the tanning salon, yada, yada, yada. And I'd just go home at 3. I'd get home about 3:30, get off at 3 at the tanning salon, go home about 3:30. About 4 o'clock, I'm on my first yard. And I would do a couple every day, whatever, just spacing them out. And they just kept coming. So hang on, let me back up here. That was in 2016. So I basically went through all of 2016 doing a handful of houses, the wife was holding it down. And January 2017, I was like, hey, should I give this a go? She pulled up a Steve Harvey Family Feud video. This is real. And he was just like, I know you're scared. You want to take the leap of faith. You just got to jump off the edge of the cliff. It's up to you whether you're going to hit it or you're going to take off and soar, let your wings fly. I jumped. And that was in January 2017. And I got me some business cards, and the wife stayed on Facebook and kept, as I say, pimping my name out.
Yeah.
Every time somebody would go on there looking for a new lawn guy because their guy
can't do it
right, or they don't show up when they say they're going to, or just don't answer their phone and can't communicate, or whatever it may be. So I took corporate America and implemented that into clean cut lawn and landscape. And I went from literally less than 10 houses, and that was in January, February of 2017. And by the summer, I was up to like 50 houses. By the end of that season, which is usually like November, I was up to like 60. I was working like a slave, man. But I went through a period where I was like, how do I know when I need to hire somebody? I was just trying to do it all myself. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, nothing is a guarantee. Yeah. Nothing is a guarantee. Like, are these houses just going to leave? Are they going to fall off? I don't know how any of this works. Like, I'm just trying to figure it out, dude. And I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, you're doing good though, man. I think this is a prime educational point for people who are listening, that when you feel like you don't have anything, man, if you go out and you seek
work.
Yeah, you got to work, man. If
you don't have a work ethic,
I
feel sorry for you. Yeah. I feel sorry for you. If you do not have a work ethic, I'm just going to say this, and I'm looking dead in that camera, you're screwed.
Yeah, you have to want to work, man. Not every situation, I mean, there's been some, but not every situation is the gold going to land on your lap,
Nope. You got to grind for it.
So you start this landscaping company, you're doing your thing. At what point does what comes first? Your approach into like the whole training world, or Margarita, Texas? What comes first, man?
Oh, the Margarita, Texas thing just happened like last year.
Okay,
so that's new.
So you jump in, you're doing your landscaping thing, you're doing everything.
I'm grinding, dude. Like I work whenever I was on the gear.
Yeah,
I was working 6 days a week.
Wow.
Every week, unless it rained, poured down, monsoon, something. But I'm still trying to figure out what can I do while everything is wet. How can I still keep my worker or workers keeping money coming into their pocket? Because without your workers, you ain't nothing. You can't do it all by yourself.
No.
So I'm still trying to figure a lot of stuff out, which you know about, right?
Yeah.
So, but it is not easy, because if it was easy, everybody'd be doing it.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
The wife goes, she tells me all the time, I don't know how you do it. Helps pay the bills.
Yeah.
So
you go through this big life change. You start your own business. You're going through growing pains, obviously, as everybody probably would. You're learning. You went from literally having a steady job to all of a sudden, damn, I gotta figure out what I gotta do to make ends meet. Hit the lawnmower, and it starts to become successful for you. It starts to bring in good money for you. It starts to bring you stability. What tempted you to get into the tactical world is where I'm curious. It's like, cause you're in it, man. Like,
oh, I'm in it.
If you go through Instagram and you see pages and stuff, it's solo hunter pops out as a liked person or whatever. You know, it's you're out there.
Says that.
You
That's
do.
funny.
It's funny. Like, and you know, you starting to get a really good, like, raw organic following on there. And
Yeah,
stuff.
there ain't no bots on there.
No, yeah, you're
Like,
doing
that's
really good.
4,180 real people.
Yeah, that's really good, man. Especially in this community where you're not shaking your butt on there naked or any of that stuff.
No,
you know, like, that's pretty.
They don't
good,
want
man.
none of that.
Yeah.
I'll shut the internet down.
So what got you into that world, man? What made you go down the rabbit hole?
That G word. Government.
You
Along
just-
with that man.
Did you just start feeling?
I know we need the government,
Yeah.
but we got to have God first.
Yeah.
Um,
And just the climate of how this country's been going, is that what?
it was before the Obama administration. Like I just, so when let me back up here. When I graduated high school, my aunt and uncle, that whole side of the family, my cousins, that's all military and law enforcement. Savages. Love you guys. And they all chose that route. I didn't know what I was going to do. I just went to work because that's all I knew how to do. That's all Daddy taught me to do was work.
Yeah.
Splitting firewood, hay, whatever it was. So I just chose to go to work. I didn't know anything about military, really. I know that my pawpaw, my granddaddy, World War II guys, Purple Heart recipients, the whole 9 yards, love them, and I miss them. So I didn't know anything about politics, didn't give two craps about none of that until I took the blinders off. And it was around before the Obama administration, got into office and stuff like that. Like, I was just like, hold on. A lot of things just kind of started, this doesn't make sense. Like, what are we doing here, right? But the orange man is what really, really peeled the lid off.
Yeah.
And that's why they hate him.
Yeah.
So there is no one good person to do that job. Can we agree on that?
Yeah. No. No matter what you get, there's going to be always flaws.
That's right.
No matter what. Yeah.
So
What do you say? You got to pick the best of the two evils.
you got that. I just told my wife that yesterday, again, for the umpteenth, 100th, millionth time, if that's such a thing. We have two choices when it comes election time. Pick the lesser of the two.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we all did as a country.
Yeah.
So with that all being said, backing up to doing all this fun stuff, that's kind of what you could see the violence increasing.
Oh yeah. By far.
I've never seen anything like it. So I'm sitting there, and if you go back and look at my Instagram, I don't know if you're going to put that up on the thing.
Yeah, we will. It's all hunting
It's under
and stuff.
solo_hunter74. It'll be about right in here. So when you edit it, put it right here. I'm just kidding. I'm just bullcrapping, dude. Anyway, there's a lot of hunting stuff on there. Every time you post something with the GUN, deal, it's like you get shadow banned. And it's a, man, dude, you gonna make me do this. Our First Amendment, dude, is on the line. You know that, right?
Oh yeah.
They're picking away at it, dude. It's a shame that we can't speak about our Second Amendment rights and we get shadow banned. Boys and girls, be very thankful for what you have, because once it's gone, you don't get it back.
That's true.
I know. It is very true.
Yep.
Especially something of that caliber.
Oh yeah.
So
oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you're good.
So if you go look at my Instagram, like there's a 2-year post of me being out here training. I did it last year, right? Last year was a very rough year for me, work-wise. Just couldn't shake and get loose, right, to come out here and train. Still did my dry firing and did what I could at the indoor range over there by the house, etc. But didn't get a lot of good days in out here with the boys and Slick. But that's what prompted me to get into this, was just all the violence going on. So I did, back to this post on Instagram. It's a 2-year deal. I look back, I'll cliff note it. I have a Glock. Do I know how to run it? I know how to shoot it, but do I know how to run it? Nope. I have an AR-15. Do I know how to shoot it? Yes. Do you know how to run it and run it to its fullest capacity? Nope. Okay, well, it's time to basically go take some classes. Some people can look at videos and on YouTube and things like that and figure things out. Like me, I need to get some hands-on, and I need to go be coached, instructed, mentored, however you want to word it. A buddy of mine, Colin Cottrell, he lives right over here, south side of San Antonio. He did a post, and he was out here. I think he actually did a speech out here, like a motivational speech for some guys, and then he posted on it and tagged Secure America Now, Paraclete Consulting Group. And I was like, man, what's this about? Like, if he's there, like,
must be good.
Must be legit, right?
Yeah.
Off to the races we went, bro. My first class ever here was in July of 2022. And it was I know how to, handle my pistol and grip and all that stuff, right? And finger straighten off the trigger, yada, yada. So I built a rapport with Mike, that used to be an employee with Slick, Mike Rodriguez, Beef. And me and him built a rapport, and we hit it off, and he was like, yeah, sign up for this class. First class out of the gate, guess what it was? Vehicle defensive pistol class.
Oh, man.
Bro, what are you talking about, dude? Jumped off into the deep end of the pool with the great whites.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, what am I doing here? I'm in a freaking car.
Yeah.
No crap. I crap you not. For real.
I'm sure it's definitely intimidating for you.
Oh, it was super, but
you weren't in the military, you weren't in law enforcement, you're going straight into fighting out of a vehicle.
No law enforcement. Only on
comfort zone. Yeah.
Huh?
Talk about jumping out of your comfort zone.
Oh yeah. Like I told you, like whenever Steve Harvey said, you got to jump off the cliff, what are you going to do with it? You going to sink or swim or hit the floor, whatever, That's what I did here. Don't be scared. Do it. If you're going to do it, do it.
And I think you were a pretty good follow-up, especially after the conversation that I had with Slick, the owner of Secure America Now and Paraclete Consulting. And we talked about his training and what you get out of it, because when I first met you, I thought you were like ex-military or law enforcement or something.
Yeah, you really thought that.
I've watched you. You know how to run the gun. I've trained with you now. You're not no tier 1 operator, but you're also not no.
I'm real close.
Yeah, there you go. No, but you know what I mean. You're not, oh my God, I've never seen something like that. But you're also not your typical average Joe.
Right.
And I think me and Slick talked about that during our podcast. Was, a lot of people today will go take these classes on the flat range and just, shoot from the hip. And most of the time, we brought up a pretty good point is you're not going to be drawing from the holster in a firefight at your house or any of that stuff. It's not really how it goes. You're not, if you're going to come into a house and do CQB or whatever it is, you're not drawing from the holster and trying to get that, sub-second shot or whatever.
Your tools better already be ready.
You got to be ready. You already be ready to start working. And I've noticed with you have trained with a lot of that stuff. You're doing, you're training for time from the holster, all that stuff. But you've also put yourself in a whole nother world. CQB, night vision, all that stuff, going into houses and stuff. And I appreciate that from you because I've seen the stuff that you've purchased for your helmet, your rifle. Like you're going heavy, brother. Like you're.
You want me to tell you what my dad used to say back to me back in the day before I left?
Yeah.
To move down to from up there.
Yeah.
He goes, boy, you got champagne taste on a beer budget.
And
I am not playing, y'all. I am not playing.
I mean, we have friends here who are here currently right now as we're recording. I joke around with them all the time. I'm like, damn, Solo, he's over there like a little bougie, the bougie gunfighter, man. He's got to have the nice rifle, nice laser. And you know what, though? The cool thing that I appreciate from you is you do have all the nice gear, but you're not like some of those people with the nice gear that are just taking pictures. You're actually running it.
Dude.
And I like that, and I appreciate it, man. That's
no, you can have all. Look, I have no skin in the game about going to the sandbox, as they call it, stuff like that. I have zero skin in the game. I just know that if you're going to have these gadgets and you're not squared away on your fundamental skills, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah. These things don't do the job for you.
It's just not going to do the job for you.
They're just tools for the job.
That's right. You better learn how to use that tool, and you better learn how to use it real fast and real violently.
So this might be a deep question, but I think for people that are listening that are kind of new to this world or not familiar with it, I mean, as we talk about this, come across like, oh, the government and stuff like that, I got to start training. What I want to know from you is your motive behind that training, because people might see that as like you're some government and like anti-government guy. No,
I'm not anti-government.
What it is we are currently living in a time where violence is now hitting our streets here in America, where we have allowed thousands, if not millions, of illegal documents, illegal undocumented folks into this country. And not all of them are bad, but in between the cracks, you got some pretty bad dudes, right?
We got bad citizens here.
Yeah, we got bad citizens, right? Yeah. So I think being ready and being trained and getting all that extra stuff isn't a bad thing. Like some people look at it as in like, oh man, this guy should be on a government watch list or something. But you said it earlier. It's not like you don't trust the government. We all know that the government's going to only be as beneficial to us as much as possible, and that's about it, right? They're not always out completely for us. Agendas come into play and everything. But what I really want to show the listeners is that you're not some like I'm going to go overthrow the government tomorrow kind of guy. No, you just genuinely want to train, and you want people to train around you, because having an individual, you go into Walmart right now, and let's face this, Solo, and I tell you this from experience. I was in an active shooter situation when I was in law enforcement, and luckily I didn't discharge my weapon or anything. Got there, other than clearing the hell out of that school and seeing scared kids and 2 victims. We didn't have to shoot anybody. The shooter gave up and everything prior to us getting there. Well, when the Walmart situation happened in my hometown, El Paso, Texas, and a lot of people were slaughtered by that piece of crap who they just made a plea deal with because the district attorney's worthless.
Probably Democrat ran.
It is.
Oh, I didn't mean to say that.
It is. But, you get a guy like you in there, and I'm hoping that with the amount of training, the amount of time you put behind that gun, and that confidence you get with that gun, that if you were in that Walmart that day paying at the cash register and you see this guy running in with an AK shooting people, I would hope that there's more guys like you, myself, and the guys who are sitting in this room when they're not with us that are willing to draw that gun and actually lay down fire to protect civilians, whether you're successful or not, but to be able to actually try to counter that. right? Because we live in a current society where, and this is where I appreciate you for actually training the amount of like the way you train, right? Especially the guy who's training you is a really good guy, man. There's a lot of people that have this perception of what they would do, and they can do this, they can do that. But until you've truly been in a gunfight, you're not going to respond. You don't know how you're going to respond, right? But in your situation, I think the amount of reps, the amount of things that you put into it, I'm hoping that muscle memory just kicks in if that was to ever happen, right? Is that how you feel? Like, how do you feel?
I'm going to answer this 100% honestly. I think it's going to happen very fluid-like.
Here in America?
Huh?
Here in America, you think that moment's going to come for a lot of us? What do you think? Like, what are your thoughts on it? Like,
okay, so this, you said the whole guy walking into the Walmart and I'm sitting there paying and he comes in with an AK-47. I think at that moment for me, it's going to be like another day out here on range number 1, like I just went and did a little while ago.
Yeah.
That's not the time to, as I say, shit the bed.
Yeah.
Do work. Preserve life. Breathe.
I think just as much as it's important to train on the range, it's also to train mentally and tell yourself that you're capable of doing that.
Let me speak on that.
Yeah.
That's a huge part of this place. Mindset.
Yeah.
What that man out there brings.
That's what I wanted to get back to.
This is all fun. That's all fun. But can you hold it together?
Yeah.
When it goes down. You don't get to pick. The bad guys get to pick.
You just got to respond.
You got to respond. How violently and how fast can you do it? That's the question you have to ask yourself.
So for another person like Solo, you know, starting a business or working his 9 to 5, doing his thing, is interested in this kind of world, what would be your, if right now we're at the barbecue joint. By the way, that was amazing barbecue you brought earlier, brother. That was
Schultz Pit Room.
Yeah, it was good stuff, man. A great choice. And I appreciate you for that. Again,
shout out to Schultz Pit Room. Schultz Pit Room here in Seguin. Legit barbecue.
I appreciate you for a lot. That, and that's kind of why I also have you here today. Is
what
we're talking about, not the barbecue, but we're talking about how
you brought me on just for the barbecue.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was, man. The barbecue is great, so we appreciate you. You can get out of here. No, I'm just kidding. No, man. I think that gets to my next point, man. Is you're a man of a lot of things, right? You got your businesses that you're working on. You're training. You're taking time to travel a couple hours up the road to come train with Slick.
3 hours.
Yeah, and you know, try to create a new mindset. I've seen you go to other courses as well, just to test it out, see things. You've invested in your equipment. You've made really good contacts within the community and stuff. But one thing that really stands out to me, other than all of that stuff, right, is the kind of person you are. When I first met you, it was, I don't even know how we truly met. I think it was just off of a Facebook or a Instagram post, and we just started kind of chatting a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's exactly.
I was looking for sponsorships for the
podcast. I was like,
podcast.
I'll sponsor you. I like your podcast gig. You right up the road from us. I was like, why not?
You reached out, and I was just like, who is this guy, right? So we start talking a little more and stuff, and you've been a supporter of this podcast since the beginning, and I appreciate that. You believed in me. And when I had a moment where I was like, man, you know, I'm having issues with the other studio, price range, it's getting a little pricey. I think this is probably better if I just do it myself or whatnot. I was kind of lost, and I remember I called you because we talked quite a bit, and I said, man, I don't know. I said,
we're brothers, dude.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
And when I called you, I said, I don't know what I'm going to do, man. And you said, hold on, I'll call you back. And I was like,
this is a true story.
I said, well, what do you mean you'll call me back? Like, well, I was just asking you a question, and I'll call you back. I'm like, okay, sure. You call me back. He said, well, what's the name of that camera you need or whatever? And I said, well, I need a lot of stuff, Solo, but, you know, and you said no, and you start talking to me, and I remember the way you send for the monetization for, you know, sponsorship and stuff, you send it, you said, go get that camera, go get that stuff you need to start it off.
I Venmo'd you right then.
Yeah, you said, go do it. Yeah. And I'm like, whoa, man, like, hold on. And we start talking a little bit and stuff. You're like, no, I believe in you, and I think this is going in the right direction. And you showed faith in me. and with any hesitation, not even with, hey, I want this in return, nothing. It was straight up, hey, here we go. I'm willing to take this shirt off, give it to you, and give you the few bucks in my pocket as well. And to me, that's not your typical, I mean, we know this equipment's not cheap, right? It's not cheap at all. And when I saw that, I remember it hit me a different way, because I'm like, man, this guy, we barely know each other within the year, and he's trusted in me, and he has faith in what I'm trying to do here. And you're willing to invest your hard-earned coin to help me out. And, you know, I really appreciate that, man. And I truly think that that is the message that I really want to get out today of, you know, yeah, you train, you do your thing, you got your business, you're doing all this stuff, but you're a damn good human being, man. And there's not a lot of people out there that truly express those kind of behaviors, right? The guy producing the podcast for us right now is a recommended individual from you, right? You were like, here's this camera, here's what we start with, call him, you know, and you already connected with him, and you explained to me to call him and see what we can do. And I remember calling him and saying, hey man, I guess we're doing this, and here we are. And
I'm kicking y'all two out of the nest. Y'all gonna fly now.
Yeah. And you know, I appreciate that because I told myself this year that I was going to surround myself with individuals who wanted to thrive and be better, right? And who are
most people talk about that, Chris. They don't want to be about it,
but they don't want to be about it, right? And that's the big key point there, right? And
can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
These friendships are not always going to be pretty. You know, they're not always going to be 100% perfect and, oh, we get along so well. I mean, man, when we came out for Slick CQB class, I think that weekend was so weird, given the whole tweaker thing at the
bro, talk about
at the Airbnb and stuff.
Talk
wild.
About that.
Yeah, it was wild. We'll get into it here in a second, but
okay.
Actually, let's get into it. So
here we go. I didn't mean to laugh out there.
I didn't think we were gonna get on this, but all right. So we trained all night.
Look.
Yeah, he knows. We trained all night. We're tired. We went to In-N-Out Burger. We come back to the Airbnb. Kind of getting out.
We went hard.
We went hard. So we're trying to get all of our stuff ready for the next day. We're exhausted. We go to bed. You were being a grump. You go to your back room, and I'm making fun of you for going back there. And I'm like, you old man, I'm giving you crap and stuff. And we go to bed. We wake up the next morning, and the door starts pounding. And I'm just like, all right, like, what's going on here? And he was out, man.
I was gone.
And this crazy tweaker is like, hey, is that your truck over there? And I'm like, no, but it's one of the guys here. You need to move that piece of shit. It's blocking my driveway. And so, which it really was not blocking his driveway. And he starts going off, right? And this is a funny story because the guy producing our podcast right now is the driver of that truck. And it's not a piece of shit. It's a nice truck. Yeah, you know?
It's a Toyota Tacoma, right?
Tundra, man. It's a nice Tundra, man. Yeah, you know? So I go wake him up.
Same truck you drive.
Yeah. I go wake him up and I say, hey man, you got to move your truck. This guy's acting out. So I knew the guy was being a little belligerent and violent. Yeah. And of course, his brother, this guy's brother here, is with us as well. So we go out to watch him move his truck. This guy looks like he's still half asleep. Poor dude just woke up and is like, oh man, I got to move my truck. And you got this dude with SS bolts, the Aryan Brotherhood tattoo.
Bro, when I saw him, I was like, oh.
Yeah. And he's out there like pissed off, pacing back and forth with a cup of coffee and who knows how much meth in his system. And he's upset, man. And the funny part is he starts saying he's going to kill us and this, that, the other. So me and his brother, we're out there.
Yep.
And we're in a house full of guns and people with guns because we're here for training, right?
Yeah.
And so I remember I go out, I got my gun out to the back, and I'm trying to de-escalate this guy. I'm talking to him as peaceful as I can. Hey man, don't worry, we're good. And then his brother, same thing. And long story short, just some tweaker. Cops come out. Cops telling me you need to settle down. It was crazy, but it was neat because that weekend there was just so much going on. We were doing a media day with, one of the companies that we were affiliated with, which is Double Tap Concealment. Really good guys out of Lebanon.
Yep.
Jeff and his buddies out there, really great guys. They sponsor the podcast as well. Really good dudes.
Yep.
So we're doing the media day for them and stuff. So there was already a lot of like new moving parts and frustration and stuff. And I remember, I don't know what happened after IHOP, where you seemed flustered. And I remember I go out there, I was like, what's your problem, Solo? Like, what's wrong with you? And you're just like, I don't want to talk about it right now. And I was like, what's wrong with this guy? Why is he got his panties in a bunch of stuff? But again, that goes back to what I was trying to say. Friendships are not always all fun and games. But for me, I'm okay with you throwing a pissy fit or me throwing one with you, whatever. But ultimately at the end is what matters is the kind of people we are with each other, right?
Yep.
And the amount of faith you put into me and trust has given me a level of respect for you that will never change. Me and you can get in a fight and never be friends again, but I will still always respect you for the amount of trust that you gave me and believing in me, right? Because believing in somebody is huge. Trusting in somebody is all right, cool, whatever. But when you truly believe and you invest your own hard-earned money,
there's got to be a lot of trust as well.
Oh,
right. Like that's a tight race.
Yeah.
The whole, believing and, trust, they kind of go hand in hand, you know. I use this for an example of like, there's a lot of people that can shoot, right? But can you make that shot with that dude standing behind me with a gun to the back of my head?
Yeah.
I ain't calling on you.
Yeah.
That little boy out there that I'm mentoring through life right now, Aries, he can stack dimes with the best of them.
Oh, that kid's good.
He's sick.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's another thing that I admire of you, man, is you've taken this kid under your wing.
Yeah, that's a whole.
No, and that's good, man. Because you can come across as, this guy's out there in the gun range, a tough dude, man. He's got the beard going on and stuff. But you're generally a good guy, man. Like you're a really good dude.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to have you as a friend. I'm glad to have you as a part of this podcast, as a sponsor, as, part of the community that we're creating here. I appreciate having you on, man. And this is really why I brought you onto this podcast. It's not because I'm like, he's a sponsor, let me just throw him on. But I want to show that there's genuine people out here in this.
There's a lot of good dudes out there, man. They're few and they're getting harder to find these days.
And without anything in return, which is cool.
I am a true believer, or I'm very old school. Thank you, Dad, for raising me the way that he did.
Yep.
Your name is all you have. So if you do something, do that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't say it.
Do it.
You better be doing it. And I feel like that's helped me. Look, I ain't no 7-figure company, but I'm doing okay.
Yeah. No,
I'm doing okay.
So,
it takes a lot to get there. And I feel like being a hardworking, honest, reliable, dependable business owner has helped me to get to where I am today.
It's good, man. It's good.
Yeah.
So
we need more people like that.
Before we get to close things up and stuff, I have something that, you've used this name to help us out, and I like it. It's actually a good product. I don't like margaritas, but I actually, even the other day, we were swimming, and I made a couple of them, just like you taught me.
Yep.
And it's good stuff, right? Where did Margarita Texas come, man? Explain to us Margarita Texas.
Can I back up to something, and then can we piggyback onto the margarita? So all this training that I've been doing, so I did all of 2022 when I first started. Into 23, I did a little bit, and then 24 wasn't so much, right? But if you were to say, hey, back in July of 22, where do you see yourself in 3 years? Probably still learning how to shoot a pistol or a rifle. I would have never, and if you'd have said, well, you're going to be in Nods doing CQB type stuff and this high level stuff that goes on, right? I'd have said, man, you're full of crap. But here I am, I'm doing it.
You're doing good, man.
Yeah, there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn in this stuff. But I'm very fundamentally sound, extremely fundamentally sound.
I like the accountability that you hold with you too.
Woo,
Not just like
yeah,
yourself, but
dude.
everybody
Like,
else.
yeah, you better be accountable, man.
Mhm.
Like, you can hurt somebody, or somebody may not go home.
Yep.
So, be fundamentally sound, boys and girls. You can't take too many fundamental classes. Get on it.
Yep.
So, Margarita, Texas, they popped up on my Instagram back in the day. Like, I'm going to try this stuff out. I started buying from them. They were local, north side of Houston, up there by where you live almost.
Yep.
Was. So then they sold it to a couple over right across the Red River line in Oklahoma. So, 20, yeah, end of 23, I tried to buy some out of stock, yada, yada, yada. And he finally reached back out to me mid-December. So I was trying to get some. Couldn't get it. Nothing.
You were just a consumer at that time.
Yeah, I was just a consumer. Yeah. So he hit me up and was like, "Hey, sorry, just not getting back to you. Yeah, we're out of stock, and we're thinking about selling the company." I said, "Well, what you selling it for?" He goes, "I'm gonna shoot you an email." Sent me the email. Like, I looked at it immediately, and I said, "Can you take a phone call?" Sent me his number. We called, and I said, "How much she really?" He didn't send me the number, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
He just gave me all the gibberish, right? So he gave me the number over the phone, and I was like, "Man, send me your Venmo. I'll Venmo you right now." So I bought it, dude.
Damn, it's good stuff, man.
I love it. I've had a lot of mixes out there on the shelf at all your local convenience stores, and
It's a bunch of sugar and stuff.
oh, bro, it's horrible.
It's got some good flavor, man.
Yeah, like this is 100% real lime and lemon juice.
Yeah.
The sweetener is pure cane sugar, no artificial crap.
Yeah.
No powdered lime and lemon stuff, yada, yada, yada. That's the stuff, boys and girls, that gives you all them hangovers and makes you feel like dog crap.
Well, I know when if you let the bottle sit too long, everything will settle. You kind of have to
Yeah, you got to shake it all back up.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
So you're doing Margarita, Texas. Where can people find Margarita, Texas at?
MargaritaTexas.com, man. There is about 60 or 70 recipes on there for whatever kind of profile flavoring you like. Cucumbers, jalapenos, prickly pear. Dude, you name it, dude. Like,
It's there.
dude, keep it simple.
And you got
2 ounces to 2 ounces. It's equal parts. My favorite tequila that blends very well with it is Tequila Cazadores, Blanco or Reposado. If you want to take it up a notch, put you some Añejo in there with a little Grand Marnier maybe to really take it to that top shelf.
That's what I do.
Dude, the wife, I'll get in there and I'll start banging them out. And she's like, just go be a bartender. I was like, woman, you don't want me behind the bar. I said, them girls will be handing their panties to me, bro. She's like, shut up. You so stupid. I'll be like, I'll put Tom Cruise to shame in cocktails, son. Yeah.
But Tom Cruise flies planes. He really does.
Tom Cruise legit, dude.
Tom Cruise is legit, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he's good.
Man crushing Tom Cruise.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, MargaritaTexas.com. If y'all want some, come get some, man. I got about 10 cases at the house still left that I need to push. So hit me up.
You know, if you, I think the effort you've put into growing your own business and stuff has been good, but what I see you doing now with your landscaping business, that's pretty cool, man. I mean, I'm not going to say anything on here until things become more official, but some of those contracts you're following, man, that's pretty neat, man.
Well, I just lost a big one, bro. Like, I'll be honest right here, right now. Like, look, this ain't all glitz and glamour over here, boys and girls. There's a struggle. I have no problem talking about it, man. I am a pretty much open book. Like, it's nothing I did. When companies start running P&Ls, for those of you that don't know, profit and loss page, stuff can go bad for you real quick. Nothing is a guarantee in this life. Nothing.
That's true.
But life and death, that's a guarantee.
Well, I like that you keep attacking adversity, brother, and you keep moving forward. That's key, and I'm glad you have that mentality.
You know, look, man, I have no control over what people take away from me due to their financial beings at these commercial accounts and corporations and things like that. All I can tell you is it's nothing you did. We have to cut our budget somewhere, somehow, some way. Landscape guy is the first one to go, boys and girls.
Oh, yeah.
It is what it is. But I always find a way to overcome those mishaps, if that's what you want to label it as, to keep my boys working.
Yep.
Without my boys, none of this keeps going. I have to have workers.
Yeah.
I cannot do it. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's
awesome though, man. Coming from you leaving your job to doing a couple yards to now where you're at.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, man. And again, wrapping things up, I really want to express my gratitude towards you and thank you for being a believer in this podcast and what we're doing here and in this mission, man, because you don't have to believe any of this stuff. You don't have to follow any of this stuff. You don't have to invest your time and blood, sweat, and tears into this training and all this community. And you have, man, and you've pretty much stood next to me at the end of the cliff and said, let's go. Where are we going? And I admire you for that, brother.
No, you're very welcome. As we say, as my dad would say, shit or get off the pot.
Yep.
It's time to go. And here we go. We're doing it. We're going to do it. Y'all are going to do it. Figure it out. Make things happen. No matter what you got to do.
Appreciate you, brother. And I hope anybody listening here can listen and hold themselves accountable to be better as a man.
Yeah, be a good human being, but more than anything, believe in your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
That's right.
Without him, none of this is going on.
No.
Remember that.
I think a lot of our situations, Slick, you, everything, it's been him in the center of it all. So
he works in very, very awesome ways.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
He knows what he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
Just let it happen. Don't fight it. Don't fight it.
Well, brother, I'm happy we did this. I know you were nervous. I know you
nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. So come on.
I'm glad we did it, brother. I'm glad we did it. I'm finally glad we got you out here. And I'm glad now we can share to the people that are following you on Instagram, all those followers you got that.
They might start unfollowing. Who knows?
Who knows? We might get a couple more.
Bye, Felicia.
Well, brother,
I hope everybody hangs in there.
It was good, man. Yeah. I appreciate you. And, be safe on your way back to Houston. And
you as well.
I'm glad we had you on, brother.
We'll race down I-10.
Let's do it. Meet you there. Yeah. All right, brother. Thanks for coming on, man.
Thank y'all. Thank you very much, brother.
Yeah. Sure.